everyone, it's Sunny. Today we're checking out Jonghan and Wonwoo's 어젯밤, or Last Night. I really enjoyed 17's last comeback. I watched it by myself, first thing in the morning. I woke up, opened my eyes, turned around to my phone and watched the music video. I just get so excited for 17, you know? They just always deliver. And then right after Maestro, they announced this duo. Give me some time to breathe. I'm not ready. Actually, I am. I'm so ready. So let's just get into it. Let's go! Oh wow, this is really cinematic. Oh my gosh, me. Oh wow, the guitar is really nice. Oh, they both look really good. Oh. Wow, that's an interesting setup. Wow, this video is amazing. So high quality. So it looks like it'll be storyline focused. Also, the little animated characters are from the Lemonade thing. So things turn into sand. It's kind of like the sands of time. Kind of like with the time motif. Oh, this is a nice bridge. Wow, this color grading is so nice. So that's the Lemonade, right? Oh wow, I really enjoyed that. They went all out with the music video production. It's so cinematic, and the story incorporated was also super cool. They put a lot of thought into this. So it looks like Jonghan was putting everyone to sleep, and Wonwoo follows the crime scene to kind of hunt down Jonghan and eventually puts him to sleep. Wonwoo wakes everyone up, and Jonghan himself also wakes up at the end. And I guess the lemonade isn't a real brand. I thought at first it was like a product placement, but it seems to play a role in the story, right? Like kind of drinking it brings you in and out of this dream world or state. And the little animated characters were really cute. The sudden transition to manhwa anime characters was super cool. It was done so smoothly, and sometimes for these kinds of drawings incorporated into music videos, they're not always to my preference, but I quite like the style of the drawing here, since it matches well with the storyline and overall atmosphere of the video. The animated creatures and manhwa transition kind of break this cinematic flow of the music video. While I don't think I particularly would have missed it if they weren't included, I think it was a nice touch to incorporate it, just to give this a sense that this is a K-pop music video and to give it some whimsical variation. I really like the concept a lot. It really suits the two of them, and I love the way they made it feel as though Jonghan and Wonwoo were the main characters of like a drama, a movie, or a manhwa. And the comments of the extras in the beginning of the video were literally me. They know what they're doing. The video production crew did an amazing job and made this music video and story feel very immersive. Music-wise, when I first saw the title, I thought it was called Guitar at first, but it seems like the guitar is played by a musician or guitarist named Park Ju-won, which is really cool. When I saw the movie-like visuals, I thought at first this was going to sound like really grand, but the guitar came in the opening line, and it was more like sparse and gentle than I expected, and I was like, oh, it seemed like it was going to go the direction of something like fast-paced. But then the chorus came in, and I was like, oh, no, it is going to have like a more grand kind of sound. And this sound definitely reminds me of like one of their other songs. I can't quite put my finger on it, but the one that comes to mind right now is the bass in the chorus of Ready to Love. That really heavy sound mixed with the guitar is super interesting instrumentally. The two sounds juxtaposed makes this song feels kind of light and chill, but also heavy. And I'm not sure how to explain exactly, but the sound definitely reflects the story. Like this handsome, mysterious men with tragic backstories are walking in the quiet city at night on a mission. But yeah, the song just kind of subverted my expectations here and there musically, so props to Uzi and Bonzu. They did a great job with this song. I'm already so familiar with 17's sound, but I still feel like they surprise me each time. Producer Uzi is working so hard, always on the grind and giving us the best. And I really like the combo of Jonghan and Wonwoo's voice, with Jonghan having like a thinner, gentler voice and Wonwoo's deeper and raspier voice. I like how Wonwoo adjusts his singing and rapping style to his part in the song, whether it's a ballad or a rocker style. Here he does some heavy rapping in some parts, but does some calmer sounds that blend in really well with Jonghan. They both sound really great. They really picked the perfect members for this. I think that Wonwoo and Jonghan have very contrasting images, but they both fit this concept so well and stand out in their own ways. It's always cool to see Jonghan flex his acting skills, and Wonwoo actor debut went. And this video looks like it was very story focused, so there were no choreography shots. I'm super curious about the performance and stages, as well as their individual songs on the album, so I'll check those out later. I'm really glad that the two of them had the chance to do this. As I understand it, the 17 members will be doing their military service soon, and I wondered if Jonghan was going to do any promotions, because Jonghan isn't really the type of person to put the spotlight onto himself, so I wasn't sure if he was going to have any solo works, and I think a solo promotion would probably be very taxing for him. So I was super glad that he got to do this together with Wonwoo, and I hope that they get through promotions well, stay safe and healthy. And these two have come such a long way, from Jonghan being upset that Wonwoo wouldn't share his snacks with him when they were trainees to this. And as I mentioned before in my ANTEAM reaction, I've been a long-time casual K-pop listener, but it wasn't until 17 that I really got invested into a group. My friend showed me this picture of Jonghan, and I was like, oh my gosh, an angel? I checked out their Castaway variety show and a couple of performances, and it was history from there. When I got into 17, I actually didn't even know that people picked biases as their favorites. Personally, I don't think there's a need to pick at all because I love everyone. That's why I enjoyed the group so much. It's really the dynamic between all of them. Like, I can just tell if one of them's missing in a video or performance. But it just so happens that Wonwoo is the alt bias and has been since 2017. And I've been listening to 17 for even longer. Oh my gosh, it's actually been such a long time. I'm actually a little shocked. It happened very gradually, but I think that's what makes the love stronger, you know? Anyway, I love all the 17 members, and this duo means a lot to me, so I'm really glad for this release. Thank you to all those who made this happen. They did this for me. Okay, so that's all for today. I really enjoyed this comeback. The song was super interesting and satisfying, had a lot of variation, and the video and the story is super movie-like and immersive. And the boys looked amazing and did a great job acting and performing. This was actually a much bigger scale than I expected, and I'm pleasantly surprised. So everyone, what did you think of Jonghan and Wonwoo's Last Night? Please let me know in the comments below, and feel free to correct me if I missed anything. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye!